just sore.
Do you expect him to practice this week?
Yep.
And how about Orlando?
We'll keep taking it week to week with Orlando.
How much do you stay in touch with Callie?
Minimally. Well, this week or overall? Oh, overall all the time.
Yeah.
I probably, just generally speaking, talk to him as much as anybody. I'd say my brother and Callie would be the two guys I probably talk to the most.
How much does he ask you for advice? First, obviously, you went through it in 2019. And
Yeah, it comes up probably over the last 9 months as much as anything, generally speaking. But I think more so it's just two guys that go through similar things, head coaches, and most of the conversation is that way.
Is this week hard because of the relationship, or is it just part of the game? You're going to match up at some point.
Yeah, there's plenty of – I've been through this dozens of times before where you're playing against people you've coached with before, relatives or people you're close with, and you can overthink things real fast. So at the end of the day, you watch the tape, you prepare for what you see, and you get ready to roll.
But it is kind of different. You did work for it. Is this the first guy that really worked for it? Right? I mean,
Yeah, I guess you're right.
I guess I know you told me you were too young to be intrigued when you get the job. But this is the first game in the Zac Taylor tree. I'm just wondering if there's anything with. Did you change your approach at all with pitch after going through so many years with Callie? Did you change your approach at all with the pitch, or did you learn anything from?
No, I mean I want Pitch to do it how he's most comfortable doing it. So that evolves a little bit, but the structure's the same. The way I approach both those guys has been extremely similar. Obviously, Callie and I did it together for 5 years, and Pitch and I, are getting to that point now in the season where we've got our routine and established that way. And sometimes you forget what the differences were because you get so just down this road with how we do it this year. So I couldn't even tell you what the differences are, but Callie and I had a pretty good thing for those 5 years.
Do you allow yourself to peak at playoff possibilities?
No, just focus on this one.
Is that hard to do?
No, it's not hard to do. No, just find a way to win.
what did the film show you, Zach, on from Monday night, the second half, in terms of improvement in defense, the way they were tackling, the way you guys got off the field?
Yeah, didn't let them be as efficient on those early downs to put them in tougher spots. That's what I've really felt like as the game went on there. Took the air out of all those plays. Guys competed, made a lot of one-on-one plays on the ball. Even catch tackles, catch guy immediately on the ground, not a lot of yards after the catch. So I was just overall pleased with the effort level, the attention to detail, and like you said, the tackling was good.
What have you learned about Chase Brown over these last 5 weeks as he's had to become fully the guy?
Not much different than what we suspected. This was always the intent with Chase, to build up to a workload where we can just try to get him the ball in various ways. Some of it's in the run game. Again, a lot of the pass game is just runs to us, ways to get the ball in his hand. Joe does an excellent job. If you just dial up play actions and can quickly see the defense lift and get the ball to Chase, and we had a big play in the flat the other day where he made one miss because it's Oklahoma drill at that point, and Chase is pretty good at that. So I wouldn't say we're surprised by it because this is a player we thought we were drafting. He's done a great job being able to handle the workload that we put on his plate, and just pleased with the progress he's making.
How intentional has your guys' game planning of finding new ways to throw it to him? I mean, you have him running slants, you have him running the go ball. It seems like you guys are really trying to expand him in the passing.
Yeah, I was too tight on the go ball. That was my fault. I'm still mad about that, so thanks for bringing that up. But I was on the 19-yard line. I need to be on about the 29-yard line. But he's done a really good job with his hands, I think, in the pass game. So that allows the flexibility to put him out there and run a slant versus man coverage and expect him to win and catch it and get the conversion. And, I think that's a big improvement from last year for him. And he's really taken that to heart. I think we've talked about this before, but in the offseason, I know that he's spent a lot of time on that and has done a great job turning that into a weapon for us, which is huge. When you got a back that you can put out there in some known man situations and expect them to win with those backers, that's a really dangerous weapon to have, and he's shown up there.
Was this kind of the idea that you had, though, like when you had to shift away from Mixon towards chasing Zach previously, but towards Chase, the idea of a more versatile passing game because of the type of back that you had back there?
Yeah, I think he's fit perfectly with what we want out of that position, and so we can count on him and use him in a lot of different ways. We've intended to do that.
Is it, I didn't mean to interrupt, but is it kind of it's the old school West Coast? It seems like your passes or some of these passes are runs.
I'm so far removed on what that really means, to be truthful with you, that maybe someone that was in that era, in the 80s and 90s could refresh me and tell whether that was true or not. But to me, that's we've evolved in ways where I don't even know if that is true.
You see it as a run, but you see those passes.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Absolutely. There's
You say, oh my God, he threw it 40
correct.
times, he really did.
Yes, correct. There's plenty of opportunities where you're trying to supplement the run game in various ways, and sometimes the quick passes that are really just block screens on the perimeter, they'll go down as passing yards, so Burrow loves it, but really they're ways to put people in different positions and stress the defense different ways without making the line drop back protect, making Burrow have to make decisions on protection and reading coverage and just trying to get the ball out quick and get in our playmakers' hands quickly.
Troy Aikman gave you a ton of credit on Monday night for your route tree and the way you guys have been able to get Jamar the ball all over the place. I know we've asked you a lot about that this year, but is there a favorite part of the game plan process for you as the person that's running this offense that when you get there on Mondays and Tuesdays, that's like the one part you enjoy maybe more than any?
I mean, it's exhausting. I mean, it's and maybe that's why we take such great pride in it, because we don't just skim over anything. But I mean, last night and this morning was an exhausting process to go through it all and make sure. And Pitch does a great job driving it, and we got a lot of guys involved in that. And we sit there together and go through. We probably got more drop back passes than any team in the league. I'd be willing to stake my livelihood on that. But we don't just put them in just to put them in. We make sure they fit with the coverages we're seeing. We make sure we're putting guys in the best position, trying to help the linemen where we can, trying to make it as easy on Joe as possible. Take a lot of pride in being the best passing team in the universe. And so, again, there's a lot of time and effort that goes into that.
On Hard Knocks, we heard you tell the team how much you wanted a post-game celebration again.
Mm-hmm.
Was it cathartic on Monday night?
Yeah, I was kind of surprised how I felt, just to you can feel that for the team and whatever he's going through. It's the longest stretch we've had in a long time of not winning a game, because you put the bye in there as well. And so, you're so focused on just moving forward and making the most out of the day and being positive. And so when you do get that moment where you get to feel what a victory feels like again, it's good. It's good to get that off your back a little bit and just, okay, we got the victory. We know what that feels like. Look around how happy everybody is, and now we got to turn the page very quickly. But there's a lot of truth to what I said. I mean, it was in a weird way a little bit emotional, and now we just get that out of the way and start moving forward and win some games.
Do you feel like the rest of the team can feel that as well? Not just
Yeah, I think.
getting it off your chest?
No, I think everybody goes through the same thing. When you've lost 3 in a row and it's been a month, it can wear on you, certainly. And, again, that's just why I wanted to praise the guys, because all they've done is work. And you wouldn't really know if you were at our practice or in our meetings what our record was, or we were on a 3-game win streak or 3-game losing streak. And I think that's the mark of a good group that approaches the right way. And so, again, we just stick with it. We know what it feels like to win again, and now we just got to keep trying to pile those up.
Sorry, I asked this earlier, but John Rankins, do you have an update on that?
Still week to week with him.
Also, how did Joe back you?
Yeah, he's got an eye doctor, and it's weeks. I don't know how many weeks, but it'll be weeks.
Adductor, you said?
Mm-hmm.
You say you do not expect him back, I guess.
Not this week. No.
Joe Burrow was talking about last week, I think, talking about the loss of Eric All, and how that's kind of made the guys adjust a little bit on the fly with the run game. So that seems to be impacted too, I guess. Has that impacted you more than you thought, or is it pretty much what you did?
No, I mean we still use those other 4 tight ends right now. He's a great player, so I don't want to undersell that, because obviously he was a big part of what we were doing, and give you a lot of variation with how you could use him. And so certainly hurt losing him, but these other guys have done a good job picking up the slack and just trying to find creative ways to use everybody and put everybody in a good position in the run game and the pass game, and try to be accountable to tendencies and everything like that.
Every game
it's a good football team. You know, the wins haven't always been there for them. But there's a lot of things on that tape that you got to get your guys ready for. You know, they do a good job with the run game. They can be explosive in the pass game. You know, you watch that Texans game. I thought Callie called an excellent game against the Texans and found a win on the road. And defensively, they're up there in every category. And really, it starts with the front for them. You know, Jeffrey Simmons has always been a guy that you got to pay a lot of attention to. And now they added Sweat, the rookie, and Arden Key's doing an excellent job on the edge. And Cheeto's back now, so they've got players strewn throughout there that high-level players. Their scheme's difficult, and so a lot of respect for this team, and we got to be ready to play. And so again, it's we like to think that our record's not reflective of what we're capable of, and I think that they would say the same thing. And so it's gonna be a tough game for us.
First time going up against one of your assistants. What do you think it's going to be like for you? What's that been like for you?
Nothing unusual for me. You know, it is a cool moment in pregame to see Callie, and I'm so proud of where he's at and what he's building there. And so again, I'm happy for that, but at the same time, you're able to remove all that emotion and just focus on the Tennessee Titans. And you know, we'll obviously get together briefly before the game starts on the field, but once the game kicks off, that all goes out the window, and you're just trying to find a way to win.
How do you think he's doing? How do you think he's doing when you? I mean, I know you're biased.
Yeah.
But what do you, just as a guy who went through it?
Yeah, I see a team on the rise, certainly, you know, and you've got to start with the foundation of it. And that first year is always difficult. Rarely do you get an opportunity to walk in and take a team to the playoffs and all the pieces are there. And so you can see them working through that. But you watch the tape, and there's a lot to be concerned about, you know, on our end. And he's got a really good coaching staff in place. And so, again, it's one we got to be ready for because they'll be ready for us.
See a lot of familiar things.
You do. You know, I certainly spend more of my time watching the defense. Got to watch the offense too because there's you want to see, and I've watched them over the course of the season as well, just because it's one of the teams I watch because you know what they're doing and why they're doing it, and so try to find creative ways to complement what we do. But you see a lot of good scheme there.
What's the first thing you think? What do you think about Tyler Boyd?
Terrific hands, great awareness, ability to separate, great catch radius, willing to do anything. Can be very flexible in the offense, can move around and will understand it, and obviously he knows this system. And so again, you still see TB making those same plays, and you know there's a smile on my face when I watch him out there, you know, running triple slant, running choices, and catching triple in, and all the things that he's done for us over the years, and always going to go down as one of my favorite players, and glad to see him still out there making plays for him. Yeah, Joe likes playing with great players. T's a great player, and T has meant a lot to all of us. T works the right way. He's what we're about, and so it's no surprise to hear him talk like that.
No sacks or tackles for Parsons on Monday. Did have a couple quarterback hits. Is that a big night for Mims?
Yeah. I thought that he and Cody really rose to the challenge. Parsons is going to win some, and Joe was a big part of helping take that pressure off because I know Joe can. My eyes were on Parsons the whole game. I think Joe had some awareness where Parsons was, but those guys fought like crazy and commend them. And you're not going to win every battle, but those guys certainly won enough to allow us to go win the game and be efficient on offense. And so proud of that group as a whole, proud of the tight ends and the backs that were involved there. The receivers were involved in that as well in the protection. But Cody and our guards got it too. You know, he doesn't discriminate. He'll line up against your guards too and make sure they get to have a fun day also. So I think Micah Parsons is one of the elite players in this game. I have a ton of respect for him. It was a difficult plan to put together. Proud of our coaching staff for the job that they did to give us a great chance to do that, and the players executed it. And when you can see that the production and the production column was limited, he still makes an effect whether he gets the production or not. You're out there, and we know every snap he's not in the game. We know every snap he's in the game, where he was at. As much as you ever focused on a player, we focused on Micah Parsons. I'll be happy not to hear that name for a long time, to be quite honest with you. Okay, thank you.